friends! Okay, in this week's episode, we are doing a Q&A where I picked the top 5-ish questions that has been asked within the wedding community, and basically you get to hear it from a professional wedding planner herself, and I'm really excited for this. I think I should kind of continue to do this as a series monthly. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessica Valenzuela. I go by Jess. I own Not Just a Planner, which is a wedding planning company in Los Angeles. I'm available around the world as well. But here on YouTube, I am here to give advice, tips, and tricks on all things wedding planning for the engaged couple. Feel free to hit that subscribe button to follow me along for more tips. First question is, how long should my first dance be? You do not have to have it a full 3 or 4 minutes long. It can get quite awkward. Not to say that it's awkward while you're dancing with your partner, but a lot of people are watching you. And if you have stage fright or you're just not used to performing in front of people, then it can kind of get awkward. If you don't have a choreographed dance, then definitely keep it at like a minute and 30 seconds. Even choreographed dances are probably about 2 minutes and 30 seconds sometimes, but you do not have to have your first dance to be the full timing of the song. This next question is, what is the bridal or wedding party order? And I believe what they're talking about is the processional, on how people are walking in or how they are aligned when they're at the ceremony. So I would say the person that's most important, which would be your maid of honor, man of honor, groomsmaid, or your best man, best wing woman, they would be the people that would be coming last out. Why? Because you would have bride and groom, groom and groom, whatever your bridal party or wedding party is, to if they would be basically paired or if they would come out single file line. So whatever it is, basically the first, let's say bridesmaid and groomsmen go, they would be the people that would be furthest away from you. So if they would be coming in first, then they would be furthest away from you at the lineup of when you're actually at the altar. Then we go in the next one and the next one and the next one. The last person should be, before you enter, should be your maid of honor and best man. Let's just say that. So that way when they walk in, they're right next to you. You should not do it by height, which would be singular bars. We definitely don't want that to be happening. It can go variations from height. I think it all depends on your preference as a couple, where you want people to be placed, who you would want them to be placed with. Sometimes it can very much depend on people's personalities, their relationship with another person, or it could be heights. I've had maid of honors and matron of honors be literally different heights, so I think it just really depends. Preference. Should you wear your hair up or down? I would say to definitely have a trial run with your hair artist, so that way you can see what it's going to look like if it's up or down. If you're doing an updo, definitely, if it's a loose bun or a loose updo, do the pins stay all night, or is it going to eventually fall while you're dancing? If it's going to be really tight, there's almost nothing that you really have to worry about. Do you sweat a lot? There's a lot of factors that go into what type of hairstyle you're going to do. Do you have accessories that you're going to use? Do you usually wear your hair up? Do you usually wear your hair down? And what is your attire with that? Is it going to be a strapless dress? Is it going to be a tuxedo? Is it going to be a with sleeves? I try to keep it very gender neutral here because I don't know who my audience is. I don't know if it's a groom or a bride talking to me, but yeah, whatever your attire is, I think it just really depends, what you feel looks best with. And I think that if you have a hair trial or mock appointment, that would really kind of help you decide if you should wear your hair up or down. This next one is, should you wear boob tape or should you have petals? And I think that depends on the type of dress that you're wearing. Usually this is for people who are wearing a dress and who have a bust. If you have a smaller bust or if you have a larger bust. Either way, petals and tape can help you. I feel like you would use tape more for lifting if you want to have a lift. It depends on the sheerness of your dress. Can you see it? Can you not see it? Do the petals really work for you? If you're using it, is it more see-through? I feel like there's a lot of factors that decide into it, but I would say that I would bring both. I would bring petals and tape at your alterations fitting so you can see what would look best. So I wouldn't say that there is a preference as far as using tape or petals. This company, Busties, is really good. This is one that I use, and I will link it to below if you would want to check that one out. But basically, like, the tape is really stretchy, so you can do so many things to it. You can cut it however you want, and if you were needing to kind of lift it and cinch it in between, or if you have more of sleeves and you kind of don't want that to see, there's so many different ways that you can attach the tape. But I would definitely give a trial one and make sure that depending on how often you sweat, or if you know it will last throughout the night. Last thing you want is some pasties on the dance floor and people are like, whose pasty is that? You don't want to be like that. I just think that it just is a preference depending on the dress and the type of person that's wearing it. This last one is, do I need to feed my vendors? And the answer is, you should. It's like really respectful to feed your vendors. I would say if it's within the contract of that vendor that you have to feed them, obviously you sign that agreement, so you have to feed them. Out of respect, it is like not like it's like a rule, but I think it's just respectful to feed your vendors because they are on their feet all day, and the only time that they're going to eat is pretty much when the wedding's over. So at midnight, it's like in and out run. And you can only have so much in and out after so many weddings that you do. I mean, I still live in and out, but I digress. I would say that you should definitely talk to the venue or banquet manager or the catering company how much vendor meals actually cost. To give you an insight, vendor meals are different than what the guests are getting fed most of the time. And so if you're paying $80 for a guest meal, likely vendor meals are so much cheaper. Vendor meals are actually like 20 or 30 bucks sometimes. So we don't get the same food that guests get. We usually get like chicken and veggies and like mashed potatoes, but I think it just depends on the dietary restrictions. Most of the time they can really accommodate that, but they are cheaper. So it's not like you're thinking, oh my gosh, like to feed a vendor I'm gonna have to be paying $80 or something like that. Like, it's a lot cheaper. But I would say you would really want your vendors to feel appreciated because they are working really hard to make your day so special, and that is not something that's required most of the time, but it is something that is, again, respectful, and it's also optional for you to pay for them. It's definitely a time saver if you have the vendor meals on hand for them, like the catering team gives it to them. They don't have to go out to go get food, or are hangry, or just like a lot of it goes into the energy that you put into the wedding, right? You want to make sure that the vendors are also as well not just happy, but they have the energy to be able to perform at their best. So I would say that it is optional, but you should definitely consider and have that budget in to feed the vendors that are there. If they're there for more than 4 hours, or if they're there during dinner time, that is the time that I would say that you should feed your vendors. These were really good questions. I absolutely love this, and I think that I want to continue keep doing it. So if you think I should continue doing it, definitely comment below. If you have any questions to your wedding that you would want me to possibly answer at a future Q&A, then definitely comment below, or you can definitely contact me. My email at hello@notjessaplanner.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon in the next video. Have a good one.